Hello again, and welcome back to the channel, the Jaw Life channel. I'm, of course, Jaw, and again, we're working our way towards the 100-day live guitar practice streams. Today makes day 94, so just almost there. Once I get done with this challenge, I'll go and actually start trying to, play other people's music and art and things like that, but just wanted to take a step back, do a 100-day challenge, practicing a bunch of fundamentals and things like that, getting on YouTube, holding myself accountable, and just doing some straight live recordings, no green screens, no edits, no transitions, or nothing like that. Just a straight hour, just so that way I can hold myself accountable, get some practice time in, and be consistent each and every day. So thank you all so much for joining my journey. As always, it's a blessing to have you tune in. If you're into music, into guitar, things like that, I'd appreciate a subscribe. That would mean a ton to me to see my subscriptions going up. And, I just want to, learn some tips, learn some practice exercises, and hopefully, pass along, the knowledge that I'm picking up here myself as a beginner. And maybe I can, inspire another beginner to, keep going. Or maybe I can say something that resonates with a beginner and, they learn something from me. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and dive in. As you could tell by the thumbnail and the title and things like that, we're going to be doing some finger picking and some finger exercises. So some hammers, hammer-ons, pull-offs, pentatonic, sliding around, all of those things within the pentatonic scale. But rather than using a pick, I'm going to just do some finger picking. So first, before I get into the actual finger exercises per se, I just want to, I know a couple, I'm practicing them, but I know a couple songs that require finger picking. So just to loosen the hand up, things like that, I'm going to just kind of warm up with some songs that I know. And please, if you can understand what these songs are, if you think you might know what they are, please let me know down in the comment section what you believe these songs are. So I know two of them to start with. So first we'll go here. So starting on the 5th fret, 6th string, and the 6th fret, 3rd string. I'm just doing some finger picking. So let's see here. All right, there. Got a little bit of some indentions, pressing down pretty hard, but hey, I remember when I first tried this, I could do like literally like one pass. And then I'd be done. Seriously. The pain would be so excruciating in my fingers that I just couldn't take it. So now you just heard me literally just play that for about 5 minutes there. So, again, yes, some things are painful, but, some things that are painful end up turning into, great things if you just stick with it, right? Just like going to the gym, right? It's painful to, exercise and lift and things like that. It can be, a little bit, painful, but great things come from it, right? You build great muscles. So just sticking with it, right? As I say, beauty is pain, right? So to play beautiful music, you got to go through some pain, right? If you want to play some, if you want to have a beautiful shell, you got to go through the pain and work out. So just beauty is pain, right? It's just, switch it out, play it something different, shake it out, whatever you got to do. But stick with it. It'll get better. Clearly, that's a, prime example just right there. I used to only be able to do, one pass and I'd have to put it down or, something like that. I just couldn't take it. But, a lot of practice later, not giving up, not quitting on myself. Because, hey, if someone else can do that, and not just one or two people, but a lot of people can do something, then why can't I, right? That's my mentality. If I really want something, then if there's a lot of other people doing it, then I can too. Now, if there's, one special human being in the world that can do something, that's one of one, right? But if there's a lot of people that can, finger pick or slide up and down guitars and not cry about it hurting their fingers, then I can do it too. So just stick with it. So that was one song. If you think you might know what it is, let me know down in the comments. Here's another song that I know by a different artist, another one of my faves. These are actually my top two faves, 1 and 2 for sure. Anything they put out, anything they sell, any music they put out, any merchandise they put out, any tour that they're on, I'm there as much as possible. My two favorite artists in all of life. So let's see. Here's this other one. How's it go? Yeah. Okay. And again, for finger picking, haven't really got into it because I wanted to kind of warm up and stuff. I'll get into it a little bit more as we progress into the actual finger picking exercises after I get done with the songs. But really, it's your pinky is responsible for the first string, ring finger is responsible for the second string, middle finger is responsible for the third string, index finger is responsible for the fourth string, and your thumb is responsible for the fifth string and the sixth string. So, responsible for strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just a general rule of thumb, obviously, right? Rules are meant to be broken depending on the song, depending on the scenario, things like that. Might be, might switch it up a little bit. You might use your thumb on the fourth string or the third string or, whatever. But in general, responsible for string 1, responsible for string 2, responsible for string 3, responsible for string 4, responsible for strings 5 and 6. So, okay. I'd have to go back and listen to the song. I might be going just a little too fast or a little too slow. Not 100% sure there on the tempo, but I got to get better. I got to get better at focusing in my head. Sometimes I'm just doing these, what seems like very easy or repetitive sounds, but sometimes my brain and my head just starts thinking about life, thinking about school or work or family and, just other things. And I lose track. They say in music, if you can count to 4, then you can play music. Yeah, but it's a lot harder than just that, because you have so many inputs, right? My finger's in the right spot. Am I muffling something? What's the left hand doing? What's the right hand doing? And then, so sometimes it's supposed to be a 4 count with one pattern. Then after 4, you switch and do the other one. Then you go back. Every now and then I'm like, crap, did I do 2? Did I do 5? I'm not as so I need to get more focused. Can't finish on that. So again, if you think you might know what that is that I'm attempting to play there, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to see what your thoughts are. But again, as you can see, that is something that, again, I could only play for 15 to 25 seconds, and my fingers would just start killing from pressing down on the strings, with that ring and that pinky or whatever, doing that switch. It was just, I just couldn't take it. I'd play for 15, 25 seconds, have to switch it up, go play something else, or just be frustrated and just put the guitar down. But I'm telling you, in time, eventually you can take it. There are still some small indentions. Maybe I'm still pressing too hard as a beginner. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to press that hard, but I'm also not amped up. As you can tell in all of these videos, I'm not amped up. That'll just magnify my mistakes. So, yeah, just stick with it. Eventually you can take it. And I can't imagine, once I'm 200 hours in or 500 hours in, I'll really start to understand what types of pressure to be putting on these strings. So everything gets better in time if you just put in the repetitions, put in the practice time. So those are two songs that I like to play and warm up with. But now we're going to get into some finger picking exercises. So again, now we're going to move into some hammer-ons and some pull-offs. Typically, I would use a pick or something like that. However, since today is a day of finger picking, I'm going to focus on this hand just doing all of the picking. Again, pinky is responsible for the first string. Ring finger is responsible for the second string. Middle finger is responsible for the third string. Index is responsible for the fourth string. Thumb is responsible for the fifth and the sixth string. So really, when everything lays down here, you just have this diagonal line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And really, even if you don't even want to play any songs and you just want to have everything muted and you just want to practice that, while you're sitting around, watching TV or, whatever it might be, just get used to where those fingers need to be. That could be an exercise that you do for 5-10 minutes. Not what I'm going to do, but just simple stuff like that. Just calibrating your mind and your hand and your muscles and things, knowing where, if my wrist is on this part of the bridge, I'm here. If my wrist is on this part of the bridge, just kind of calibrating your body. That's really all this is about. That's all that playing music is about. It's rhythm, calibration, synchronization. So anyways, we're going to get into some hammer-ons and pull-offs, but again with some finger picking. So something I like to practice is going down the string with hammer-ons and coming back up with pull-offs. So we'll be on the first string, so we're going to use our pinky. Go in the other direction, do some pull-offs. Can you hear the planes? I wonder if you can hear the planes. I'm sure you can. It sounds like it's pretty loud. International airport nearby, but it's not a very popular or common one, but typically I don't hear a whole lot of airplanes in the area, to be honest, but heard them just now. So anyways, now we're going to the second string. So second string, we'll do finger picking with the ring finger. Okay, now the third string. Third string, we're going to use our middle finger. Now pull offs. Okay, now the fourth string. So the fourth string, we'll now use our index finger for the finger picking. But still hammer-ons going up. Now go back down with some pull-offs. All right, string 5, we use our thumb. Back down, we'll do pull-offs. And lastly, on the sixth string, we'll continue to use our thumb. We don't have a sixth finger, so we use our thumb for 5 and 6. So hammer-ons going up. Pull-offs going back down. All right, so just some hammer on and pull off there, trying to, just coordinate what fingers are responsible for what strings and just getting in some repetition, trying to get a feel for what do hammer-ons and pull-offs feel like. Again, when you're hammering on, it's just like the name entails. It's hammering it on. It's not a lay it on. You don't just lay it on there, because if you just kind of lay it on there slow and lightly, it might muffle it. But if you hammer it on and you really strike that string, right at that fret, it'll make the sound. With the pull off, it's a little not misleading, but until you understand the technique, you might think the pull off, 100% perpendicular to the string, and that's not really the case. Technically, like when you want to pull off here, you want to you want to see if I just pull off, you won't hear it that much. But if I pull off at like a 45-degree angle, there's a little bit of a pluck there, right? So that little bit of 45-degree angle, kind of a pluck, is really how you do the pull off. You don't pull it off just perpendicular to the string and straight off. Kind of do it at an angle. So just keep that in mind as you're practicing your hammer-ons and your pull-offs. And that's why we do these, I have some other videos on some hammer-ons and pull-offs as well. Make sure you check those out, because, the information that I give out, the exercises that I kind of do, are different. So I appreciate the support. You can go check out those videos as well. But yeah, just put in the time, man. There's no other way about it. Woman, man, child, old person, hey, I'm proud of you. No matter what age, no matter what gender, I'm proud if you start, continuing on your journey. So it's a lot more than some people can say, right? So now let's do some sliding now. So with the let's see, how do I want to do this one? Yeah, okay, so we'll start on the sixth string. Obviously, we'll use our thumb then for the finger picking. And then we're going to, another thing, just real quick before I get into that, one thing I'm not doing it all the time yet. It's a new technique that I'm trying to, build a habit with. But although I'm focused on the sixth string right now, instead of having all these other fingers just kind of floating, I like to try to keep this pinky on this first string somewhere, just kind of have it kissed up against it, just kind of holding it. And it's just for reference points, right? It's not playing anything or ringing anything out. No, it's just kind of sitting there just for reference. So that way when it is needed, all I got to do is kind of rotate it up, and now I'm there. And now my ring, middle, and index can kind of fall into place because of that reference, right? But without that reference, if my fingers are just out here, it's like, oh, now I need to get my pinky there. It's like, okay, there we go. Just takes a little bit more time. If you have a reference, helps. Same with your wrist on the bridge. If you have a reference, it helps. It helps not having to stare at everything. You can kind of look away and you can kind of subconsciously know, okay, my wrist is here. All right, my pinky's there. You kind of know where you're at on the guitar. So, all right, back into the sliding that I was trying to explain. So we'll have our index finger on the 7th fret, 6th string. Basically, I'm going to do finger picking. So I'll finger pick and I'll slide 1 fret away and return to the home bass. Then pluck again, slide 1 fret in the opposite direction, and then return to the home bass. And then I'll go to the 5th string, still using my thumb. Then I'll go to the 4th string, then I'll use my index finger. Then I'll go to the 3rd string and I'll use my middle finger. Then I'll go to the 2nd string and I'll use my ring finger. Then I'll go to the 1st string and I'll use my pinky to do all the plucking. So here we go. Back. All right, now let's try it with the middle finger on the left hand. So that way each finger gets, its opportunity to practice sliding. Okay, now the pinky. And again, I don't want to slide with all of these fingers just hanging out way off the strings and sliding with only, 1 finger down. I want to have these fingers kind of laying down on the strings as well for support. Everything's kind of sliding together just in case I need to do some bends or things like that or muffle something. Those fingers are down in support. Okay, now that we've walked and did, went from the home bass and slid 1 fret in each direction. Now let's repeat that drill, but let's slide 2 frets in each direction. So still working on our finger picking with the right hand. and some sliding. So back to the index finger, sliding 2 frets, starting with the 6th string. So we got to use our thumb. Now the index finger. Ring, or middle. Now ring, pinky. Pinky again. Ring, middle, index, thumb, thumb. Okay, now let's transition, switch to the middle finger so it has an opportunity to practice its sliding. Again, this index finger though is now not floating away. All these fingers aren't floating away. I guess the ring and the pinky are because they're in front. But anything that's below can always be laid down because it's not getting rung out. So okay, now with the ring finger on the left hand, 2 trailing fingers down on the strings, sliding 2 frets. Okay. Now lastly, our pinky. Pinky needs to learn how to slide as well. So now we're having the pinky down. These other fingers aren't just flying away from the strings, they're down on the strings, sliding together, right? Not just one finger just sliding around. All the fingers are down. Now we're sliding 2 frets away, starting with the 6th string, then the 5th string. So we got a thumb for those 2 strings. It's harder to slide with the pinky for sure, at least in my opinion. Ring finger, pinky, pinky again, ring, middle, index, okay. So that's sliding 2 frets away. We can move on and slide 3 frets away. Or some other videos you've seen of mine, I've slid 4 frets away. Just whatever, it's just a practice exercise. It's not, songs. So just kind of mix it up, have fun with it, and, do as many slides as you want. Go as many frets away as you want, just to build that understanding. But right now, I'm going to kind of transition gears here a little bit for the second half of the video. We've been practicing our finger picking. We've been practicing some hammer-ons, some pull-offs, and some sliding. Now I want to bring it all together and just kind of, instead of just running a pentatonic scale and being kind of boring, I want to kind of freestyle and play and just kind of, have some fun in the pentatonic scale. So, but rather than just running the scale up and down and being, very sounding like a scale, I want to freestyle and kind of just try to make some stuff up. But instead of just running it, we're going to, every now and then throw in a hammer on, every now and then throw in a pull off, every now and then throw in a slide to another, part of the pentatonic scale or something like that. So that's what we're going to get into next, right after I sip this tea. And also give the public service announcement that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, there's a little icon down here in the corner. I think you can click on that. I'd appreciate the subscription. It means a lot to me to see those going up. Also, it allows you to find my content easier in the future. if you're subscribed. So please make sure you're subscribed. Also, check out my pinned comment down below, because that's where I put all my notes. So all the things that I'm saying and stuff, if you're wanting like a little bit of notes, I know I can't do cool pop-ups and things like that on the screens and have words floating and stuff like that, but check out the pinned comment below. You'll have my notes down there. Also, leave a comment of your own. Let me know what you think of my notes, of the video, of the lights, of the sound, anything you'd like. I'd appreciate some feedback. You know, I only have my own perspective. I'd like to hear from other people. I like to meet some friends. So that was another big reason of starting this journey. Sure, it was to hold myself accountable, kind of, you know, be responsible and do this, you know, 100 days in a row and just be accountable. But I'm also hoping to meet some like-minded friends. So let me know down in the comments. And also, last but not least, just go ahead and smash that like button for your friend. That would be much appreciated. Tell the YouTube algorithm this is something that people are liking, even if, you know, I know I'm not shredding, playing beautiful music. You don't have to like it just for that. You know, like it for the courage and the effort that I'm, you know, getting on here and putting out for the world to see. And hopefully I can inspire some other beginner and, yeah, just pass on the knowledge that I've been picking up along the way. So just wanted to get that out there. Hopefully get some subscriptions, some comments, and some likes on the videos. But yeah, anyways, nonetheless, let's get back into the real reason we're here. That's guitaring. So now I'm going to do the same things that we've been doing, hammer-ons, pull-offs, and sliding, but within the pentatonic scale and finger picking. No picks. Picks are on the table. They're put up. So, all right. So I know, again, not playing beautiful music. I get that, but I'm just trying to play, right? I'm just trying to get familiar, just trying to get comfortable, sliding, doing some hammer-ons, doing some pull-offs, doing some finger picking, just trying to get comfortable doing all of these things, right? First time you do anything, you're stumbling, you're falling through it, and it's just not the best. I mean, pick anything in life. First time you did it, even the first 10 times you did it, it was not as sharp, it was not as clean, it was not as good as if you had practiced whatever it is that you want to talk about 100 times or 1,000 times, right? First time you ever tried to walk, you weren't doing it. You were crawling around as a little baby, a little infant. First time you went to go run, it was a little awkward, All you knew was, crawling at one point. Then you started kind of walking. Then you started running and you'd fall down. You'd get back up, you start walking, you just start trying to jog a little bit and you'd fall down. Riding a bicycle, you'd fall down. If you've ever tried to weld, first couple welds, oh, that bead is not a pretty sight, I promise you. If it's the first time you've ever welded, or soldered, or, whatever it might be. First time you cut some grass, those lines aren't straight. You're not making beautiful lines and beautiful stripes in your yard, First time, literally anything you could think of. The first time, first 10 times, it's just not as sharp, right? It takes a lot of repetition, a lot of time if you really, really want to get good at it. So again, I know I'm stumbling through some things and not making, beautiful art, beautiful songs, things like that, but I'm getting comfortable. So that way when I go try to play, Youngblood song, or I try to go play Mod Sun's song, or, Machine Gun Kelly's song, and they have some sliding or they have some hammer-ons, it's not the very first time I've ever, even thought about sliding on a guitar. It's not the very first or second time I've ever even really done a hammer-on or a pull-off. Like, no, I've been kind of working on them. So just repetition, repetition, repetition. Again, there is really no secret in life. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So just playing around in the pentatonic scale with some hammer-ons, pull-offs, and sliding. With the right hand doing all the finger picking. We don't have our pick in our hand. It's down on the table. Just working on the finger picking. So just going to continue on with that. there. All right. Thank you all so much for joining the journey. That's going to be a wrap on today's hour-long practice session. That is day 94 in the books, getting closer and closer. Thank you all so much for joining the journey. It truly means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate seeing my subscriptions going up. If you haven't commented below, please hang out in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I can improve, things like that. I'd appreciate some comments down there. I'm looking to meet some like-minded people, looking to meet some friends. So I'll find you all down there in the comment section. Also, smash that like button for your friend, just for the courage and confidence to get on here and put myself out there for the world to see. And there's a lot of trolls out there and things on the internet. So I'm sure if these videos ever blow up, I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate, a lot of trolling. But hey, I'm trying. I'm doing my best to learn something new, something that I think is cool, and something that I think is exciting. So I'd appreciate the likes. And other than that, I think there's probably some floating videos on the screen now. I'd appreciate your support. If you want to watch some of the other 100 videos, I'm building that playlist over here. And the next subsequent video in the series will be over here. So please check those out and support the channel. Thank you so much. Other than that, just peace out. Take care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, it's easier to take care of your loved ones around you. So remember that. Peace out. See you in the next one. I'll be waiting on you. I love you. Take care.